Hey everybody, and welcome back to Bad Wolf Farms. So this is going to be a little bit of a different video. I'm going to teach you guys how to make a simple bar of soap. Why? Because we all need to be clean. And I figured if we're going to be homesteading and we're going to be learning to be more self-sufficient, we should learn how to make soap. Now, I've been making soap for over 10 years. And I really just make it for the house. Occasionally I've sold a bar here and there. I give a lot of them away as gifts and things like that, but I think it's important that we all learn how to make soap. So 2 people recently have asked me to make soap. So Shelly, Destiny, this is for you. This is a very simple soap. We're going to be doing cold process, which does use sodium hydroxide, which is lye. That's how all soap is made, people. I know that you may not think so. Some people will say, oh, that's old-fashioned. No, like any bar of soap that you buy at the store will have sodium hydroxide. And any liquid type of soap that you will buy will have potassium hydroxide. So we're going to be making a solid bar soap, which is using sodium hydroxide. Now, forgive me, I have a cold, so this may take a second. Now, we're going to do... What I mean simple, I mean very simple. We're going to only use water, we're going to use a fat, and we're going to use lye. Okay, so as far as water is concerned, when you're making soap, you want to use distilled water. You don't want anything in your water. You don't want minerals. You don't want anything because it could, create some sort of chemical reaction. You don't want that, okay? So I have distilled water. I'm going to show you guys everything that I have, but I want to say what you're going to need. So you're going to need distilled water. When you're making soap, you're going to need your lye. And this is an example of some lye that you can get. It's called Red Hot Devil Lye. I'm going to change its name. We're going to call it Hot Like the Holy Ghost Lye. Okay, so you need to make sure that your lye, okay, is pure, that it's also food grade. I know that kind of sounds really weird, but please don't eat your lye. That's actually really deadly. You could die. Actually, you will die. Don't eat lye. But lye is used in almost everything. It's used in our cosmetics, and it's even used in our food. Like when you get pretzels, your pretzels are dipped in lye, guys. Look it up. It's true. So you're going to make sure you have your food grade sodium hydroxide, distilled water, and a fat of your choice. I'm going to make it simple on this soap. So I went ahead and got some lard. Okay. You get this anywhere. All right. We're going to use some lard. If you are vegan, use coconut oil. Okay. So we have our fat, we have our lye, we have our water. Now, obviously, you need to be safe. So when you're working with lye, you want to work in a really well ventilated area. So right now, believe it or not, where I'm at, it's actually pretty well ventilated. I'm going to go ahead and open a window as I work. So you want to work in a very well ventilated area. You should wear a mask, okay? This is before the pandemic, but you should wear a mask. If you're not in a well-ventilated area, you probably should wear one anyways. I'm not going to because I already can't breathe. So wear a mask, wear goggles. I wear glasses, so I'm going to be wearing my glasses. And you want to wear gloves and long sleeves as possible. Okay? Do not be intimidated by making soap. Obviously, you're going to use caution. You're not going to work around your kids. You're not going to work around animals. You're going to work as secluded as you can, okay? If you're working with kids, you're going to want to work with teenagers and up, okay? That they can help you and they understand the risks and all that, and they understand not to touch the lye. But once we're done with this, in 24 hours, you're going to be perfectly fine. Your soap's going to be safe. You're not going to die. But just use caution, okay? So you're going to need a place to stir your soap. I'm going to use glass today. You could use stainless steel, plastic, or glass, okay? I'm using glass today. Do not use aluminum. Please do not use aluminum. Don't use any aluminum utensils or anything like that. You could cause a reaction, okay? Don't do that. So as I go, I'm going to teach you guys. I want to go step by step with everybody. So you're going to need your bowl, okay? You're going to need a few things to measure. You're going to need to weigh out your water, your lye, and your fats, okay? So already we got 3 things that we're going to need to measure those out. You're going to need a scale of some sort, okay? Whether you measure in ounces or grams, okay? And you're going to need somewhere to put your soap. I've got this right here. I do not have a little thingy to hold it, so I'm going to be putting it in a box and just kind of holding it together. All right, now, this is going to be a really simple soap. You could use it for your body, okay? Or you could even use it to scrub out stains, whatever. Now, I like color and I like smells, okay? I don't care. So I have a few little samples here from Wholesale Supplies Plus, some yellow ones that we're going to use today, because I decided that we're going to use some lemon essential oil, okay? I don't want to get into a debate about essential oils. We're going to be using 100% pure therapeutic grade essential oils. It's probably a lie. People can get away with whatever they want labeling things, but this is what we're going to use, okay? You don't have to use that. I'm going to use it. You don't have to color anything. I'm going to color it because I like it. It's cool. It's pretty and it smells good. So, all right, let's set up this table, and I'm not going to talk anymore as far as my face. I'm only going to show you guys what I'm doing, and I will go ahead and narrate everything once I'm done. Let's go. Change my mind. This is called an immersion blender. You don't have to use this, but I sure as heck will. I love it. It's my best friend. Here we go. If you don't have an immersion blender, just get a spoon or a spatula. Remember, not aluminum, just stainless steel, plastic, or glass. All right, so first things first, we're going to measure out our lye and our water. The first thing that we should have done, by we, I mean I should have mixed this up instead of measured and weighted as I did the video. So in me doing this, I was working at higher temperatures, and that definitely sped up the process of my soap making, which sometimes it's not a bad thing, but for just the whole process of me trying to videotape this, it made me nervous. And when I got nervous, I started to make some mistakes, as you're going to clearly see as we go along. So I went ahead and I weighed my lye. For my measurement that I did, my lye was about 4.5 ounces. You can measure in ounces or grams. I think grams is more precise, but I just went ahead and did ounces. And then my water was about 9 ounces. Again, that was from my recipe. For the mold that I used, it was about a 2-pound mold. So I used 32 ounces of my oils, plus the 9 ounces of water, and of course the 4.5 ounces of lye. What I should have done right about now is I should have put my lye solution to mix up. So I do want to add something before I forget. When you're using your lye water solution, you always add your lye granules to your water, okay? You never add your water to the granules, because you can make it kind of, spew over, there's a chemical reaction. So always add your lye little granules to your water. So right now I should have done that before measuring out my oils, but right now I'm just measuring out the lard. I used 32 ounces of lard. Again, please remember, this was just what I used for my recipe. Every recipe is going to be different. Okay, so this is just to give you an idea of how to do it. I finally got the oils measured out, and I really should have done this way before. I should have definitely had my lye mixture mixing and cooling down so that by the time I got to my oils, I was working at pretty even temperatures. Now, I was using these glass bowls so that they could be see-through and you could see everything and it would look pretty. And I think I made the wrong choice because they had no handles. And I bought these gloves because they said strong grip on them. They had little thingies on the grip so that nothing would slip. And as I was doing this part right here, everything slipped. So that would have usually scared me, but stuff like this has happened before, so I didn't panic. I just continued to pour everything that I had left in there, even though some of the water splashed out. It was not really a big deal. It wasn't a lot. It was a little bit of a sprinkle. So I just went ahead and finished and then just dried up the table. I did go ahead and take off my gloves and then re-glove. The reason I did that was because they were soaked and I didn't want to accidentally touch something. So I just took them off, wiped down the table. I probably should have wiped it down with my gloves on. So that's mistake number 2. At least the table's clean. I have a neighbor, Miss Glenda, and she's awesome. She actually told me that when she was a child, everyone cleaned their floors with lye. I'm not sure how they did it, but they cleaned all their wood floors with lye. In case you want to know what it feels like to get lye on you, it feels kind of like a stinging. If you've ever bleached your hair or put peroxide on your skin and you feel that just kind of that burn, that's what it feels like. I went ahead and mixed in my granules with my water, and as this is happening, you could see around the bowl that there's steam. It's getting extremely hot. All of it's going to dissolve pretty soon, and once it's completely dissolved and clear, we can use it. While I let this to kind of cool down, I'm going to go ahead and melt my fats a little bit so that I am soaping at around the same type of temperature. Our lye solution is completely dissolved and ready to use. Here I'm just weighing out my oils. I did 2 ounces of the lemon essential oil. I melted the lard down, not completely, but just enough. My emulsion blender is going to go ahead and finish melting it up. That emulsion blender really did the trick. Everything got melted down very quickly and smoothly. I did not have my thermometer, but they're both right around the same temperature. I think they were anyway. It felt like it. So we're going to put our lye water solution into our melted oils, nice and slowly. There we go. If you do not have an emulsion blender, you're fine. You can use a dedicated utensil, whether it's a spoon, a spatula. Just remember, stainless steel, glass, or wood, silicone, something like that. Never aluminum. Now you could do this for a very long time until you reach trace, or you can use the Immersion blender, which will help you speed things up along the way. I'm going to go ahead and use my Immersion blender, and that's just going to help us speed things up. And what we're looking for in a trace is kind of like a pancake batter, where you could see a little trace of the soap, leaving like a little imprint. That's what we're looking for, but that's going to take a while. So here we go. I've been beating this for a few minutes and it's getting very creamy in texture. So I'm going to go ahead and add the colorant. Whoa, okay, so as I'm doing this, I'm noticing that it is turning very orange and it's starting to scare me. I've never seen this happen with any of their colorants. I think it's the heat, to be honest, but I'm going with it. These blenders do such a great job at mixing everything together. Look how pretty that looks. It's getting nice and thick, but as I drip, nothing stays. So we're not at trace yet. We're gonna keep on blending. All right, now we're getting there. You see how there's a little bit of a drop? Can you tell? It's getting nice and thick right now. We're pretty much almost there. Usually I would have added a fragrance oil by now, but I really didn't know how this was going to react because it already turned orange. Okay, you see that right there? How you can see all those splatters? That's a trace. That is perfect. You could pour your soap right now. But I'm going to go ahead and add the fragrance oil here. Look how nice that looks. I'm going ahead and I'm going to stir it in my hand just to make sure that everything's okay and that it doesn't completely speed up the process too much. It blended in really well. It did not seize up my soap or anything like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use the Immersion blender as well, just to really incorporate it into the soap. I know this is not the color that I initially thought it was going to turn out to be, but I once made a carrot soap with actual carrots, carrot juice that looked a lot like this. It looks really pretty. So you see the process is pretty simple. The oils and the lye water react and they make soap. And actually, it makes glycerin as well. I don't remember if I super fatted this recipe or not, but super fatted basically just means that you're adding a little extra fat to your soap to ensure that the lye eats all of it and there's no extra lye lingering around in your soap bar. I will usually super fat at 5%. I can't help it, I'm getting fall and autumn vibes. I have no idea where the wood mold that came with this is, but we're gonna improvise today. If this was different colors, I would have probably soaped at a little bit of a thinner consistency than what it is right now, but this is what's gonna have to do. I gotta fix this before it spills over. Let's get creative. All right, we got that to stay put. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of all the soap in there. I mean, this is liquid gold, so make sure that you scrape your container and you get all that good stuff out of there. I should have used a rubber spatula. I'm gonna try and see if we could texture the top of the soap, but it feels like it's just too thin. It doesn't look like it's ready to be textured. But I'm gonna try it anyways. You could texture your soaps however you want. You can make little designs. I don't like the way that I can't get a good peek out of it. So I'm just smothering it around and seeing what I could do with it. Ultimately, I leave it in here for a little bit longer and I try again. Alright, it's been here for a few minutes, so I'm going to try again. There we go. That was no effort at all. Look at that pretty peak. I love it. We're not going to get too crazy with this bar of soap, but I think that looks just perfect. So I'm going to put some 90% rubbing alcohol on top. I'm going to spritz it to prevent any soda ash buildup on the top. It's not a big deal if you get soda ash. You can get rid of it with a steamer or rinsing your bars of soap, but using a little bit of alcohol will go ahead and take care of it for you. I'm going to put this soap to bed and open it up the next day. We're just going to keep it nice and warm so that it can go through a gel phase. A gel phase basically just means that it heats up like in a perfect way that just makes the whole bar of soap gel, and your colors are a little bit more vibrant, if that makes sense. Okay, so the yellow colorant turned orange. I've never seen that happen before with a colorant, so I'm not sure if it was the high temperatures or what, but it still looks really pretty, and I think that the lemon essential oil kind of works good with the color anyways, so no big deal. Right now I put it to bed, so I covered it up, put it into a warm spot. I basically just put it in my oven. I didn't turn it on, just put it in the oven so that it could go through a full gel phase. And tomorrow we'll open it up, see what it looks like, and I'll cut it in front of you guys. So that was a simple bar of soap. Now I know that I added essential oils that added to it, and I know that I added colorant. You don't have to do that, but that is about as simple as it can get. Now, even with being simple and being careful and doing it for, you know, almost 10 years, I still spilled my oils. I lost my grip on my lye water, and I spilled a little bit, as you could see. Wiped it all down. Now I want to give you guys a tip. If you ever have lye water spill on you, like on your skin, obviously quickly take off your clothes or whatever you have on, but white distilled vinegar will go ahead and neutralize anything on your skin or anything like that, and then just wash your hands, soap and water or whatever, and you'll be fine. I think it went pretty well. I hope that I can or was able to explain it to you guys as good as possible. Again, this was my recipe for what I did. Now, when you do your soap, you really do have to measure out your lye, your water, your container. Everything needs to have all its proper calculations. I will go ahead and leave on the link below a few different websites that do lye calculations as simple as possible. I'll try to find the easiest ones. I have gone to some conferences and I've taken some classes, and I've read books, right? But the only way to really learn and do it is to kind of dive in and do it. You know, you're gonna have some soaps that are beautiful, they came out great. You're gonna have soaps that seize up and you have to throw them in the trash. I've had every possible bad thing happen while making soap, and I've also had every good possible thing from making soap. And if you're not doing it to enter into any type of competitions or anything like that, like the Soap Guild, then just learning to make a simple bar of soap is pretty cool. You should definitely wear as many hats as possible, especially on the homestead. And I know it's not a homesteading video, but technically it is. You can use soap to barter with other people. You can definitely make a garden soap or soap that helps, get rid of grease on maybe your husband's hands or your wife's hands while they're working on the tractor or whatever. So I do feel that soap making is part of homesteading. I mean, come on. Yes, it is actually. I'm sorry. I'm like, my gears are clicking forward and backwards. But yeah, it is part of homesteading. It's also something that I think everyone should know how to do. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. And in the event of some crazy catastrophe or some meltdown or shortage of something, or something that they're going to try to do to limit our availability of things, I think that we should all know how to do some basic things. And hygiene is important, okay? Back then there was a lot of infections because of something very simple. They didn't wash their hands. So soap is cool, soap is important, hygiene's important. So I think that this is kind of like a homesteading video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna go ahead right now, wash all my things, and I'm gonna be making a more elaborate soap that will go ahead and I'll split it into a different video. I think I'm gonna make some lavender soap, and we'll make that one nice and pretty and all that. But tomorrow, by the time that you finish watching this video, it'll be tomorrow, and I'll show you guys, everything, and any links to any of the stuff that I used, I'll leave it down below. Even if it's not the same thing, I'll look for something that's almost just like it to help you guys out. And leave you any resources that I know about or whatever I think will help. So thank you guys for watching. God bless you, and I hope you enjoyed learning how to make a simple lard lye soap. Okay, bye guys, God bless you. I'm gonna also include some pictures of some of my past soaps. It's probably not gonna be all of them, but I'll include some of the real pretty ones, the real fun ones. Okay guys, all right, bye. Okay guys, so it's the next day. Clearly I look and sound like garbage because I am sick. So, but I still had to cut the soap, at least some of them. I need to make sure that they're okay. So we're gonna start off first with the lard soap, which of course starts off white, and then I added some yellow colorants, which made it turn like neon orange. I can't smell, so I can't tell if the soaps smell good or bad. But my daughter already had started cutting it, so I had to run over here quick to show you guys. All right, so this is what she looks like. She looks really pretty. She actually looks better in person than on camera, and I can't smell anything. The powder went right back to yellow, so that was cool. I'm not really sure what happened with the coloring. I don't know if it was the essential oils that I used. The only thing I could think of is a lot of the soaps started to saponify really quickly, and the trace just was going really quickly for me. So I'm thinking it's got to be the oils, and of course every oil is different. Every company's oil is different, so that's what I think it was. Trinity, can you lower the camera so we can show a cutting? Okay, so let's go ahead and cut a bar. Let's see how easy or hard it cuts. Oh wow, guys, that's like a dream. Look how pretty. It fully gelled right through it. It's so pretty, look at that. Let's put it in here. Turn it so you guys can see it. You want to cut one? Okay, come cut one.
You're shaking the table. I'm trying to shake the table. Oh, you did that.
I couldn't see it. I can't see it. Calm down. It's okay.
Well, now mine won't be as beautiful.
Make sure you get a little thing. That's where I messed up.
Your side. My side.
Pretty regardless.
Ooh, it smells very lemony.
Does it? Does it smell good?
Yes, it smells very nice. We're going to cut another one. Oh no.
Well, you're the one that wants to go. Your side, my side. Ooh. Oh, you're not going to show that one?
No. Why would I? It's hard because I can't see it. There, more perfection. There, you could do the rest. Now my hands smell like lemon.
Okay, so the lemon ones, they look really good. I'm assuming they smell good. I hope so. So this is just, literally, this is just a simple lard soap. It was only lard, our sodium hydroxide, and water. Again, you could use different liquids. It doesn't have to be water. We could have made it out of milk. We could have made it out of tea. We could have made it out of whatever. we'll just have to adjust things a little bit. But I really wish I could smell it. But Abigail, you said it smells good?
Yeah, it smells like
It
nice
smells
lemon.
good. So this is good. I don't remember if I super fatted this at 5% or 0, but this is perfectly fine to use on your skin or your clothes. I wouldn't on the clothes right now, just because I added that yellow colorant, so I would hope that that wouldn't get stuck on the clothes. But that's a good old-fashioned bar of soap, Lye soap. So like I promised, here are some of the soaps I've made. Some were cold process, some were melt and pours. Oh, there's that carrot soap. My kids have helped me soap. I've done soaps for churches, events, friends, family. This is just some of them. These were towards the beginning, so they're not that great, but I was still very proud of them. These actually had fishies in them and meltable paper. Those smelled horrible. And those are Castile soaps. Those took a whole year to cure. So you see, the process is pretty simple, pretty fun. It's just a learning curve, and I don't know. I think anybody can do it. You just have to want to. So I'm really glad that you guys stayed and watched the video. If you watched it all the way to the end, like, good on you, mate, because it was really hard to film and do this at the same time, and editing was a complete nightmare. It's taken me almost 2 weeks to edit this video. So thank you, everybody. God bless you, and get your hands dirty in the garden and in the house too. Make some soap. Love you guys. Bye.